And once again, when I saw this going on 55th and Ashland in our community,
yeah,
you know, I mean, you're a younger person. Would you have been out there, honestly? I mean, no. I mean,
honestly, I would have been out there just to see what was going on, but what people were screaming and hollering, I wouldn't been doing that. Depending on if I was like in the area doing something, like if I was going to the store or something like that, I probably would have been looking from a distance away from all the extra stuff, because I don't like being around all them crowds, because you don't know what can happen. You know, police officers could just say, okay, forget it, I'm going to shoot everybody. Just start, you know. I'd have been out there.
And they're afraid, so that could have happened.
Right.
That could have happened because they're afraid. But I just want our people, I want the people that were out there to just look and be honest. Like I said, don't be upset or feel that someone is trying to down you. But to me, it was just totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
To me, it was best. See, it's a guy that was talking later part of the show. We're going to show a clipping of it because that footage got sent to me as well. But what he was saying was, you have to be a little smarter when it comes to the law. You know, you have to try to beat the law. It was one guy out there yelling, well, they taking our phones because they don't want us to video. But you know what? They asked you all to just move out the way. They asked you all to move out the way. They was trying to investigate, and in the midst of them trying to investigate, people were actually throwing rocks and bricks and busting out the police car windows. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So how can you, I don't even think some of those people that was out there, honestly, I don't even think they knew actually what happened, period.
Probably not. They saw their friend getting hyped up. Oh, I'm going to get hyped up with them. I'm finna riot too. Or saw one of their friends, you know, the guy that got, in the beginning, that got put in handcuffs, that kicked the door. Oh, that's my friend, you know, just off of just being angry and just, you don't even know what's going on. But you want to be part. Everybody want to be in the lights and cameras and stuff like that. But once you get them handcuffs on you, then it's like, oh, I'm going to jail now. That's the problem.
And it got to the point to the police were afraid. It's some parts of this video you can see one of the actual cops pushing, wrestling with one of the guys. He pushing. I said, this is crazy. I mean, it was just so unnecessary. People walking past, literally threatening to shoot, to kill the police, saying all type of stuff. I mean, two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
Now, again, I'm not saying law enforcement is always right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm not saying that. But don't stoop to people's levels. When you see ignorancy, you don't stoop to it. When you stoop to it, that means you in the same circle with them. You understand? Right. So let's look at a couple of more of these clippings of this footage out here. And once again, this happened Saturday on 55th and Ashland, and this expired. It happened from a guy, well, 5 guys actually robbing a truck driver. And they ran off in a getaway car, which was an SUV supposedly. They was running from the police. They had an accident. 4 of them jumped out the car. The 5th one was the actual one that got killed and shot by a female police officer out there on 55th and Ashland. And from that incident, this is what happened. Now you see, they can't investigate what's going on. They can't investigate whether or not. No, but the police can't do their actual job because they had to deal with this.
Yeah.
They can't investigate whether or not the female officer was wrong or right, or whatever happened in that incident, because they had to deal with this.
Right.
It don't make sense. And we have to start thinking before we react when it comes to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and once again, like I said, if the police, you say if you had been in that area, you would have stopped and looked to see what was going on.
Right.
But if they had said, you know, you need to go.
I would have been gone. Because for one, I don't want to get locked up. For two, you don't know what's going to happen. It's all them people out there. I'm nosy myself, and if I see something going on, I'll probably look, but I won't be all, what's going on? You know, like how them people are. Like it wasn't even.
Keep showing this. Keep showing it. Because
you don't know.
I want to see this.
We don't know what was going on. This could have been some person that shot up a school or shot up somebody, and you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. It actually could have been more deaths. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. It could have been more deaths. From what I'm hearing, it was quite a few people that did. Look at that. See that police officer? See that? He pushing them. He's scared. They're scared. They don't want to have to hurt nobody else.
They know
they didn't want to have to hurt nobody else.
They know people already on edge. It's close to the holidays. People ain't got no money, and everybody it seems like everybody just on edge. Everybody just.
But here's what I want to ask. The question I want to ask. They say go ahead and keep showing the rest of it. Here's what I want to ask. I want to ask the people. These are all detectives. They plainclothes detectives. Look at this. They standing out there with guns. They look at this guy on the ground out here. See all it. I wonder if they even know this guy that got shot. Any of them. I mean, this is just really sad. They had dogs out there. Can you believe that this was going on in Chicago right after a man in Connecticut just killed 20-some people, and this is what happened afterwards. Come on, America. We need to love one another.
See, my boy had a shirt off.
Yeah.
This reminds me of like the race riots back in the day, in the 50s and the 60s. That's what it looked like. Keep going with it. Keep going, because I want to try to get as much of it. But that's what it reminds you of. The race riot.
Yeah.
Only thing they're missing is the warthog. That's the only thing they're missing. They got the dogs out.
And the people were actually getting tasered they was. Look at this. This guy was just walking past, but running the mouth. By this time, the police they afraid. They upset. They upset. They done had all type of threats against them. Now they just slamming people on cars. They just locking them up. All of this. And I can guarantee you, they said that the young man's family, now this young man here, the stuff that he said, it really made a lot of sense, okay? But the family of the gentleman that got killed, they said they came out there, and of course, they gonna be upset. They don't really know what's going on, but from that, people started throwing bricks. Oh, they shot the law enforcement shot a black person. See, right there, you're making it a racial thing.
Right.
You know, again, I'm not saying who wrong. I'm not saying who right, because neither one of us out there.
Right.
But I do know that didn't make sense. Come on, people. When do we start coming together? And I'm not talking to the older people. I'm talking to our young people. When will you stop doing this? This is just crazy. Please start thinking. Please. So I want to finish on a little bit, because I want to get to this gentleman that was talking, and some of the stuff he said made a lot of sense. So let's go to the next piece.
So that's the question that we want to know. We want to know why. You know. So I don't care. You know, they got all these police cars and all that. All that's fine. But that's not helping us. That's not helping the young man that just got killed today. You know. So the only thing I'm gonna tell y'all, don't argue with the police.
And they was doing us wrong too.
Listen, don't argue with them. When they start talking stuff to you and saying stuff to you, you pull out your phone and you start videoing stuff.
That's what we did too.
So they lock you up, that's your word against theirs. Or if you got it on camera, hey, ain't nothing they can say.
But they taking people's phones though. They're breaking them now.
But hold on, it's enough of y'all with phones. That's right.
And I mean, in this situation, but in certain situations when you ain't with them, you know what I'm saying, they'll take your phone. I don't see they try to take my camera.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? I got away from the air.
You feel me? They walk up, take your phone and slam it, break it, you can go file assault. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta know how to work this program. Don't argue with them, don't fight with them. Because right now, somebody gave them a command, it's all out war with us. They gave them a command just to straight kill us. Don't even lock us up no more. And like I said, man, I'm going to get on the radio in a minute and talk about it. I'm going to tell you like this. When you see Chicago Against Violence, that's my organization. We're going to stand up for this, and we're going to die for justice for our people. I don't care about no police or nobody. Gang bang, organization, whatever. If you wrong, I ain't with you neither. And that's real. But if you right, I stand up for you and I die for you, Doc. There's too much of this going on, man. Too much of it.
And that's my point exactly. It's too much of this going on right here in Chicago. It's too much of it. You already hearing stuff all over the world, but that incident there was ridiculous.
Right. You can't fight ignorance with ignorance.
Exactly. And that's what he said. He said, I would help you as much as I can, basically is what he was saying. But if you wrong, I can't help you. And I seen a lot of illegal stuff going on out there, actually. Mm-hmm. People, first of all, that's illegal to threaten somebody. They were actually threatening to shoot people. They was actually threatening to kill the law enforcement. And I seen some parts of the video, it showed where the law enforcement was saying things back as well.
Right.
So that's why I say two wrongs don't make a right. But by this time, so much happened in that little amount of time, the law enforcement done got uptight, they done got scared. They out here, they have to stand up with their guns. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was. I'm glad I wasn't out there.
Yeah. So
I can imagine how traffic was.
Yeah.
I'd have been real upset about driving.
And one part of it, the police cars, the whole strip, maybe from 55th and Loomis to Ashland, was full of police cars. Wasn't nothing going on down 55th Street, up towards Ashland and a little bit past there. Because again, once the police officer shot the gentleman, once that happened, all this other stuff went on. Yeah. So they can't, don't nobody even know. You heard one guy on there said, well, the police officer did this and then he shot that and we don't kill the police. Why? I don't understand. People, my people here in Chicago, here in Illinois, period, we need to come together. When
Yes.
do we say stop the violence? Stop the violence and come together. We need to start loving one another. We have babies growing up. They need to know or see a better world. This here is just crazy. You almost scared to go out your door. And now here it is. It's around the holidays. Okay, we all low on money, but for you to actually go out and take someone's life, or again talking about the law enforcement reacting before thinking. I know we all are afraid. I'm afraid every time I leave out of my house. I'm coming out of my garage. You shouldn't have to all the time look over your head, wonder if it's gonna be something. It's crazy. This world right now is crazy, and we need to make some changes. And if we don't, this is gonna continue to happen. Now, do you agree with me?
I do, because I think about my child. I think about, when he gets older, like, especially because he's a boy. Not saying that girls, we get it hard too, but as a boy, that's why I'm glad that his father is in his life, so that he does have a positive male role model to teach him. Because his dad, he not even from Chicago, so he don't know nothing about all that. But I think about it, I say, I wonder if that's going on now, and it's 2012, almost 2013, how it's going to be when 2015?
If we don't change. If we don't make a change.
Yeah.
You are right. It'll get worse.
Yeah. And they try to pass this gun law?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
After that, what happened, I'm saying, oh, no. Because that's not going to make it no better.
No, it's sad. Like I said, it really, seeing that this weekend, it touched my heart, it touched my home, it touched my family, and just listening maybe a half an hour ago to Mr. Percy Coleman, the father of Philip Coleman, who was tasered by the police. When did that happen? That happened Monday.
That happened
it happened just a few days ago. Yeah, it happened just a little while ago.
Several times. And
nice looking gentleman. And something happened where he had to have a breakdown of some sort. And the police is obviously that they either didn't know how to handle the situation. However, they tasered this man, and he died from it. He actually must have had a heart. I don't know what happened.
So they said after they tased him at the hospital again, then the hospital gave him a sedation. Am I saying that right? They sedated him, and then he just died.
See, that was too much.
Yeah, so all that electricity and all that shocking, and then you give him some drugs, it's like...
Yeah. Well, it's, again, I my sympathy definitely goes out, and I will keep the Coleman family in my prayers. And again, just listening to Mr. Percy Coleman and some of the things that he was saying, and how upset and how hurt he was, because one thing that he did say to me, he said, I went to that hospital. He said, I went to the jail, and they wouldn't let me see my son. He said he was there for so many hours at 111th Street. Come on, law enforcement, come on. They wouldn't let, this man had already explained that his son was having some type of breakdown, that this was not him. They would not let him see his son. The next time he heard anything else about his son was at the hospital, Roseland Hospital. That's a no-no. Roseland is a no-no. Okay? So I can imagine the chaos that was going on there.
Yes.
I can imagine. Roseland is well known long time ago for a no-no. So again, I just want to tell the Coleman family that you all have Full Circle, my whole team, as well as Star Planet TV's we will definitely be keeping you all in our prayers. And again, I want to announce that Philip Coleman's funeral will be Friday at 1 p.m. at Trinity's Church right here in Chicago. I want to thank you, and again, I'm just still so shocking by so much that has happened this last week and a half or so here in Chicago. But I just want to say to all of my viewers that we need to start finding a way somehow to love one another, to try to help one another, to try to teach our younger generation how to love each other. The fighting, the violence, taking one another's lives, fighting the law enforcement. We have to start doing better. We have to make a change, and we need to try to start today.
Change starts within yourself. That's where it starts first.
Change starts within yourself. Go ahead. So once again, I want to say to all my viewers, I hope you all had some interest in this show tonight, and it touched some of the homes of some of my viewers, as well as some of the people that might just accidentally seen the show, that's in that group of being violent, or in that group of feeling like the police is doing something so wrong to us. Start thinking, please start thinking. And once again, I want to thank you, and I know you'll be on the show again sometime soon.
I'm always here.
Always here. And to all my viewers, you all know my motto: same time, same place, right here next week. Peace, and we out of here.
Where's that at? Where I am? That's a bad chick. Where I am? Shorty right. Where I am? That's a bad chick. Where I am? Shorty right. Where I am? That's a bad chick. Where I am? Where I am? That's a bad chick. Where's that at? Where I am? That's a bad chick. Where I am? Shorty right. Where I am? That's a bad chick. Where I am? Shorty right. Where I am? That's a bad chick. Where I am? Where I am? That's a bad chick. Where I am? Shorty right. Where I am? That's a bad chick. Damn, that's a bad chick. Hey, that's a bad chick. Damn, that's a bad chick.